Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Community. I'm solo today, and actually just wanted to say something that might be a hot take. Right before I recorded this, I said, "Ooh, Maria, this one's spicy," because this is something I've been thinking about a little bit lately, as so many of my friends are doing just the most amazing stuff. Every time I look, one of my friends just opened a co-working space. Another one of my friends sold her first franchise. I have friends who are crossing, 7 figures, doing huge things. They're breaking records. And that's kind of the point, right? The whole point of having, business besties and friends who are doing big things is so you can be alongside them and be inspired. And that's why Maria and I have always been such big proponents of masterminds and of events and running our own events, is we want to not only be around people who are doing it better than us, more than us, at a 10x us, but we also want to be able to be that inspiration for someone else. So if somebody else is, maybe just getting started or they're just in the early stages, really being able to show other people what's possible. And it's been really cool. And I've been always so complimented anytime anyone's ever mentioned that Maria and I have ever felt like expanders for them, because, sometimes I said this on one of my last podcast episodes and that I recorded, and my friend who isn't even an entrepreneur, my friend Paige, listens to these, which I think is so sweet, because I think I would love for her to come be an entrepreneur. But Paige was laughing because I said I'm a chicken nugget in the air fryer, because it's actually just how I feel. I just feel like we're just getting started and that this is just the beginning still. And I can't even believe that it's been almost 4 years in business. It's been amazing. And also so hard and so stressful, and times where we've been like, why are we doing this to ourselves? We had nice jobs before this. People used to give us money. And now it's a totally different thing. So what I want to talk to you about today is about really how do you show up online in a busy season. And this is something that was really inspired to me because recently one of my podcast clients who I'm obsessed with, a close friend, was like, oh, I don't know. I'm really busy right now. And so I'm going to probably not podcast, or I'm not going to show up on social a bit. And I was really shocked by this, because that is actually the time you need to be showing up the most. And that feels counterproductive to a lot of our messaging, I would say. And Maria is probably in the back. She's always the first person to be like, take the break, take a nap. And I agree, take a break, take a nap, and don't do anything that is ever going to compromise your mental health, that's ever going to cause you any kind of stress that it's not manageable. So this is not me just saying hustle, hustle, hustle. So please, if you're listening to this, I need you to hear that. That needs to be the number one message. What I am saying is that when you are in the energy of being really excited about whatever it is that you're doing, when you're seeing success, when you're speaking at events, when you are hosting events, when you are, you signed your first client, when you have been on 5 podcasts, when whatever it is that metric of success that you're kind of oh, finally, I'm so excited. That is actually when people are watching you most. And that feels a little bit jarring, probably, right? No one wants to feel watched. But in this world of social media and of podcasting and of really just this online space, we are being watched, and we kind of want to be, right? We wouldn't be posting if we didn't want people following us. We wouldn't be posting if we didn't want people to see what we were up to. And when we are in it, and when we're in the energy of whatever it is that we're doing and whatever we're seeing success in, that is actually when other people are the most excited about us as well. And people want to work with people who are successful. Whether that be, success can look in many ways. We've worked with people who've never had one client before. I even think about our admin assistant, who's amazing. We love her. We were kind of her first virtual assistant client. And now she has a number of clients and things have been really successful. But, we were really excited about kind of taking a chance with her and making it happen. The other end of the spectrum is sometimes people want to work with people who are high demand. They see work that's being done, they're excited, and they want to be part of something. So if you're selling something, I always say this, if you're selling something, one of the biggest hacks of success that I see is when you're able to prove that other people have purchased it too. Other people want to be part of whatever it is that you're doing. So when you're in a season of scarcity, right? So sometimes there's seasons for us in particular as well where they're slower. They're less expectant. We had one about a month ago where Maria and I looked at each other and we were like, eesh, kabish. This is interesting. There's lots going on in the news. People are tightening kind of their belts on certain things. And that's different than when, we built our business, which was kind of during COVID. And so we had to talk about, what does that look like? What would it look like for our business to pivot? Like, what would we need to do? Blah, 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 blah. And we had some really good conversations. But in that time, it feels easy to double down, right? Like when we're in scarcity, when maybe things aren't as busy as they normally are, that actually feels like you're like, great, that's the time I'm going to show up on social. That's the time that I'm going to actually get my LinkedIn going. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. But the time to actually do that is while things are good, like while things are exciting. I mean, use the downturns and use that slow time as you need. Sometimes actually we use that more time to recharge and rest because we know that the upturn is coming, right? We know from, our 4 years in business, we've had seasons that have been miraculously busy, like that were never expected, and seasons that have been slower than we could have imagined. But instead of stressing during those lower seasons, because that's just business, we sometimes use those seasons to, regroup with our team, get structured on systems. We don't use those seasons to go crazy on advertising. We don't use those seasons to all of a sudden, go ham and be messaging everyone we could possibly ever think of, right? Like sometimes, those moments come, but that's not always the approach. So when you're in a season of busyness, that is actually the time that you want to be showing your audience like what you're up to and the success that you're seeing, because people want to be part of your success. So maybe that's, you posting, like people always forget to do these things and they're so small, but they make such a big impact. Maybe you're on a podcast at the end, taking a picture with the podcast host so that you can tag them so that they repost it to their audience. And that goes a long way for the host as well. If you're at an event, taking photos, I've had it where we run events and people will bring their own video team with them. They bring their own content creators because they want day of footage. Because again, it creates that allure. People are excited about that person speaking. So all of these things can kind of work together to be able to build, your authority online, to be able to build kind of what's going on social. But, when you're busy and people want to see what you're up to, and I think that's a mistake people make, is that even the stuff that feels boring in your business, people want to see the behind the scenes of. So people are excited about, maybe it's a new client that you've got, maybe it's a new opportunity. Maybe it's something speaking. I even laugh for myself. Like I've been speaking kind of for the last year pretty consistently, probably once a month at an event. And I laugh about it because sometimes I forget to post about it. And then I realize that that's actually what leads me to future speaking opportunities. Future speaking opportunities actually come from people seeing me on stage. I'm reinforcing to them, oh, I'm a speaker, right? So I think it's really important that no matter what it is you're doing, if you're on podcast, showing up and showing that you're on podcast. If you are in the community, if you're volunteering, if you're at an event, if you're whatever it looks like, if you're selling, if you've had 100 people join your program, if you sold your first coaching client, whatever that looks like, talking about that so that people know what you're up to and they can get and be a part of it. So when things are busy, that's not your time to slow down your marketing. That's actually your time to show and, be present and show people what's possible in working with you and being part of the experience. So this one's a quick one. It's just a little reminder, and hopefully that next time you're busy or next time you're doing something you're really proud and excited about, you take the time to showcase it because your audience wants to see it too. Until next time.